2, 3.
Hello everyone, this is Quentin.
And Anna.
And this is the
Q&A podcast.
Today we're here with Keegan Widmeyer.
Special guest and LDC's very own Katie Parr.
Today as we sit down with our special guest, Karen Davis.
Down with Rod Wilt.
Speaking with our special guest, Bailey Shepard.
Our special guest, Marky Dranovich. And we're going to be sitting down with the founder, Karina Patak. And we will get to interview Jim Landino.
Today we're in my hometown, beautiful downtown Sharon.
Today we are here at beautiful Grove City College.
Today we're at beautiful Beal Park.
Today we are here at the E-Center, and we have a little bit of a different setup today because we have no special guest. It's just going to be Q&I, as it is our last episode. We have had such a wonderful opportunity this summer getting to speak to you guys and so many great business leaders in the Mercer County area. So we wanted to use today's episode just to reflect on this whole process and then kind of also do a Q&A with Q&A. So what would you say is like your favorite guest speaker we got to talk to this summer?
Honestly, I feel like everyone, has their strong suits, and everyone kind of, did what they had to do, whether that was with the tours or, with, the question and answer portion. So I don't think I can choose a favorite.
There were so many. Yeah. And I feel like each person was like special in their own way and had a unique story.
What's one key takeaway from, the whole podcast that, maybe you'll take with you or something?
I would say like not only the professional growth from being able to interview and be in that new space, which was something entirely new for me, but then also just the insight we learned from our special guest. I think a key takeaway is just hard work really pays off. Every single person we met with and got to talk to put in the work and showed up consistently, and that is why they were able to be where they are today. So it's definitely a key takeaway. What would you say would be a key takeaway for you?
Honestly, I always preach that consistency is key. Mm-hmm. And, with these episodes, having to, plan out, have a calendar for posting and actually having to reach out to each individual person, kind of, making our schedule wrap around theirs, mm-hmm. but also kind of sticking to, our normal days and hours, and then also having to, edit these videos and different things like that. It just shows like consistency is what kind of, helps us get the word out there, and, having people reach out to us and stuff. It just shows that, with that consistency, we were able to, get to a large range of people.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's something that shocked me too, the scope of this. Just starting this podcast, I don't think we ever thought it would be what it turned out to be, just with meeting with people all the way from Grove City to Hermitage and just everywhere in between, and just the scope of that I think was really profound. And we both own small businesses. What would you say would be a key takeaway that maybe helps your entrepreneurship or will in the future?
Honestly, the importance of networking. That's mm-hmm. always been a big thing. And, meeting all these people, we're kind of more focused on the podcast, but there's always the conversation, and, you kind of get to see that some of these people, they may have, 1, 2, 3, 4 businesses, and, kind of seeing how they balance everything, and kind of taking, what they already know and what they've maybe, learned through the years, and kind of implement it into what I know and mm-hmm. what I can use. So what's one key takeaway that you would kind of implement into your business or something like that?
Mm-hmm. I remember when we were in Sharon talking to Jim Landino, he really talked a lot about just showing up and making it not a job where it's a 9 to 5, but just making it a whole lifestyle. And that's something I think I'll definitely implement not only into my current business, but also into my future career, of just having that holistic aspect of, you love your work so much that it really becomes a part of who you are. So we got to be in a lot of different places throughout Mercer County. What would you say maybe you learned something new about this area, because you're born and raised here in Sharon? What's something new you maybe learned, or something you didn't know about previously?
Honestly, I don't know if there's anything that maybe I didn't necessarily know about at all. But the community support and, seeing these business owners and, these different people, and kind of getting to hear, how the community and, the people came out and helped them and got them to where they are now. Honestly, that was kind of like an eye opener, and it kind of, pushed me more.
No, I would agree with that. I feel like this experience has really opened my eyes to the interconnectedness of Mercer County. I feel like it was crazy from different sites how people would mention the person we previously talked to on the podcast. Like everyone kind of knows everyone. And I think that's a great strength of this community and just the support. We are both going back to college. By the time this video airs, we'll probably be a couple weeks into the semester. How are you feeling about going back to school?
I mean, honestly, I'm ready. I feel like summer's good, to be able to kind of take a step away. But all the structures in the school year, we grow up going to school. You have to wake up at a certain time, which kind of forces you to go to bed at a certain time. Kind of having that time management throughout the day to be able to go to school, balance, school work, school time, everything else that you do in a normal day. So honestly, I look forward to the structure and being able to keep to that and not kind of, I don't want to say slack, but necessarily have as much free time to kind of linger around. How about yourself?
I don't know. I'm also very excited to go back to school. Not only from the social aspect of just the tight knit community at Teal, it will be so nice to see my people and my friends again, but then also from an academic perspective, I feel like this year is really gonna push me in great ways, and I'm excited to get back into that. So, a question we ask a lot on this podcast to our guests is, where can our listeners further connect with you? So, Q, would you like to shout out business, personal, any of that?
Yeah, so you can find me on LinkedIn at Quentin Lee, as well as on all platforms. IQ Mobile Details. That's my main business. That would be our email, our Facebook, our Instagram, our LinkedIn, all of those. And where can our listeners find you?
Yeah, you can follow my LinkedIn at Anna Kavula, and then for my creative business, A Pastel Petal, you can follow us across all platforms as well.
Sounds good. We just wanted to give a final thank you to all of our supporters, as well as the business owners and different entrepreneurs and stuff that we went out and got to talk to. From the first episode to the last, we truly did learn a lot, and we will take everything that we learned and found throughout the way and use that and bring it with us in our life.
Also, a huge shout out to Bradley Collegia of the LDC, who really made this all possible. I would say throughout our whole internship experience, he's been there every step of the way, just supporting all of our crazy ideas and projects that we wanted to work on. So this all wouldn't have been possible without him and his leadership.
Well, thank you, Anna, for being my co-host
back at you
on the Q&A podcast. Until next time, this is the
Q&A podcast.